everything came off like police cars and moved over, you know. So like as far as like power steering cooler, oil coolers, trans coolers, all of that stuff, you moved them in. We tried to convert the back to like a fold down back seat, fold down rear seat. We found out that the cars that came with fold down rear seats, the core was actually different. You can't just move a fold down rear seat into one of these. It's a serious job.
Right.
So we didn't do that, but it has like a 9-inch nodular rear end and C6 with the cast iron bell tail shaft, and it's just everything's extremely tastefully done.
This is C6. I put the original rear end. I left it, had it all redone, but I just put positive traction.
Yes.
Because when I was younger, I had one and only one wheel was spin.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that.
I'm not a fan of it either.
No sir. No sir.
Our rear was
we don't race.
Our rear was changed to disc brakes from a Lincoln Versailles.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah, so like a Lincoln Versailles conversion into it, and it took custom axles to get them in, but it, you know, like I say, it's nice. It still has the Magnum 500s.
Yep.
He has some deep dish models, there's 10.5 wide Magnums for the back. So, like I say, it's neat.
You go back in our younger day with them.
But this is a nice car, though. This is
thank
neat.
you, sir. Thank you much. We just play with it. That's all. Just having fun. Just come get ice cream, to be honest with you.
I told you he was here. He's like, I know that guy. What? I said, yeah, him. That's the cylinder head man right there. Yep.
Yeah. This is the guy that car belongs to. Yeah.
Don't make his head bigger than it already is.
Hey, what?
I saw you come across the parking lot. I'm like, check him out. There he is. Man with the plan. How you doing tonight, bub?
You're doing pretty good. Pretty good. So, often, whenever you have different core meets and so on, there's going to be some people who are already fast based on maybe where they got the car from, if the person previously modified the vehicle, or maybe just depending on the type. But if you buy the car off the lot, depending on how much you pay for it would probably determine how powerful the car is. So, saying all of that to say that it will be probably more people that are not currently fast versus how many people are actually fast, just due to how much money it takes to acquire a fast vehicle. So, example being, fast is kind of like a state of opinion or relative or whatever you want to call it. But Dodge Challenger Hellcats and Super Snakes, GT500s, GT350s, all of those, at some point you get over the ballpark of like, I think it's like 70 grand, 80 grand plus, trying to get a car that's actually fast off the showroom floor. So a lot of us don't have 80, 90 grand sitting around. So instead we buy a vehicle that's 25 or 28,000, and then we invest into it to get to where we're trying to go. So yeah, if you go out to these car shows and talk to who's already modified, then in most cases you can get some information from there. And besides that, I guess you're just looking online and seeing who's doing what. You have Frankenstein and Texas Speed and some of the other companies and stuff that's advertising and saying what they're doing or what they're selling. And eventually you're going to learn what it takes to, become fast.
So we brought a couple bikes out tonight.
Oh, okay.
At the CBR, my other buddy, he's on the bridge bike. He's on the motion. And we got the little R6 over there, wherever he's at. And we got some work out here.
Okay.
Something to kill ourselves on.
Yeah, I know that's the goal. I know it's the ultimate goal. But so far, I'm glad you had succeeded in it.
The
Yeah.
more I think about it, I'm getting too old to be rolling on the highway. And you can't take off work for the next 6 months. So guess what? It's kind of like, yeah, got to keep it slow.
Yeah.
Good feeling need for speed every once in a while.
I remember when y'all first did the plexiglass models.
Oh yeah.
The float.
Yeah.
I wish your dad was a good man. I miss his damn cooking. His barbecue.
Oh yeah.
That man can cook.
Yeah. It sounds great.
I appreciate it.
Is it still stock cylinder heads on it or what?
I think they're stock. I'm pretty certain they're stock. It's had some kind of work done to it.
It sounds like it's not.
We had a tuner. My tuner's in Michigan, so he remotes in from a laptop and he tunes the car. So he knows really more about the insides than I do.
That's
You
cool.
know what I mean? He knows how to get it running good and everything. So.
Well, like I said, it sounds nice though. And how long have you had it?
Probably about 3 years. 3 years now. It was a barn find. It was sitting in a barn in Louisiana, like, dude, it was way off. It was like in Bogalusa or something like that. Really far away, sitting in a barn.
You been out to cruising the coast a few times in it? Yeah.
Not yet, never. Never yet. But it's fuel injected. I finally got the AC in and out. Now it's ready to go down there with the AC. You know
Well,
what I'm
it
saying?
would be recommended that you go like toward the beginning of the week and not the end of the week.
No, absolutely.
Yeah, like Tuesday or Wednesday are great days to go down through there.
And I wanted to make sure it had AC and everything else like that before we took off on it.
Yeah, that'd be nice though. Nice food.
I mean, cruising the coast definitely, and the yearbook, you know, for this year for sure.
Yeah.
We're definitely going.
I feel like it started like around COVID. Somewhere around those times, the car scene kind of blew up a little bit because people wasn't working and everything. But around that time, I believe is when the car scene got big, and then people started having to move the car shows from spot to spot based on, you know, these people came out and ran us off. Actually, the cops would show up on the spot, and then everybody would scatter and leave, and then they'll move somewhere else, and then the cops would show up there, and then they'll move somewhere else. Either that, or the cops would eventually know exactly where they're going already, and the cops will just already be in the parking lot when they're showing up. So of course they'll just have to go somewhere else after that. Yeah, I got
1,000 horsepower makes everybody fast.
Yeah, I got 1,000 horsepower.
Well, you use
I can't use it.
Though. Right.
I can't. At the moment, it's getting kind of crowded by a younger generation, which is pretty cool. But they do tend to be, at times, maybe a little more reckless on the driving side, and unnecessary stuff like I say, extremely noisy exhaust systems and stuff. Whenever you're making an extreme amount of noise in relation to how fast you're going, at some point it's kind of necessary. But in many cases, it is more of a dedication to flash versus performance. So, yeah, they're not always into the actual way the car performs, but they're into how it looks and light kits and other stuff of that manner.